Mitsuri Kanroji struggled to fit in growing up because she was so different. But that uniqueness is exactly what made fans fall in love with her. Demon Slayer is beloved for its characters, just as much as its beautifully animated action sequences. And that's what makes the Hashira so particularly favored by fans of the series. Each of Demon Slayer's Hashira has their own distinct look and personality that makes them unique. But of all the Hashira, one of the biggest standouts is Mitsuri Kanroji. Mitsuri is the love Hashira, one of the youngest Hashira in the Demon Slayer Corps, and one of only 3 women in their ranks. Despite her age and petite appearance, Mitsuri is actually one of the strongest of the group in terms of physical ability alone. Mitsuri's strength made her an outcast as a child, but that same strength is what brought her lasting relationships with her fellow members of the Slayer Corps whom she loves with all her heart. Mitsuri was born to a loving family in the Azusa ward of Tokyo. From the earliest years of her life, it was clear Mitsuri was very different from other girls her age. Aside from her unique naturally pink and green hair color, Mitsuri was also born with supernatural physical strength. This was first witnessed by her mother when as a toddler, Mitsuri lifted a stone weighing 33 pounds. Mitsuri was actually born with a muscle density 8 times that of a normal human being. She could also reportedly eat more than 3 sumo wrestlers combined, despite being looked upon as odd by the others in her village. Mitsuri's family embraced her and all her unique qualities. Her father even had her engage in arm wrestling matches against full-grown men, which she would win every time. As she got older, Mitsuri's uniqueness began to take a toll on her in terms of her relationships with other people outside her familial circle. She struggled to make friends, and the men of her village were put off by her unique hair color and intimidated by her unparalleled strength. Mitsuri's engagement with a man from her village fell through when she was 17 years old, and this was the last straw for her. This experience caused Mitsuri to dye her hair black, pretend to be weak in order to fit in with other women. Eventually, a new man asked Kanroji to marry her, and this made her happy for a time. However, it also left her with conflicted feelings. After all, she was pretending to be someone she wasn't, and this man clearly did not love the person she truly was, but only the facade she created. It wasn't until she met Kaguya Ubuyashiki that someone other than her family finally showed Mitsuri appreciation for her strength. Upon her acceptance into the Hashira, Kaguya told Mitsuri, "Be proud of your strength. Everyone who speaks ill of you is merely afraid." This moment changed the course of Mitsuri's life forever, and is the reason she appreciates the Demon Slayer Corps so much. As a Hashira, Mitsuri is finally able to be the most genuine version of herself, and use her abnormal strength to help people in the process. Even though Mitsuri was initially lonely due to her differences from other people in her hometown, Mitsuri found her people by way of the Demon Slayer Corps. The Hashira of the Slayers embraced Mitsuri as a friend in a way she had never experienced before. Due to their respect for her strength, and their ability to relate to her, Mitsuri becomes particularly close with Obanai Iguro, the Serpent Hashira, who is secretly in love with Mitsuri. Mitsuri actually has feelings for Obanai as well, though she is unable to tell how Obanai really feels, due to his naturally cold demeanor. Mitsuri also shares a tight bond with Shinobu, whom she looks up to as a female Hashira in a group of mostly boys. Rengoku, the Fire Hashira, was also quite close to Kanroji, even acting as a mentor to the inexperienced swordsman when she was first starting out. During the Swordsmith Village arc, Mitsuri displays a particularly strong connection with Nezuko. She becomes almost a sisterly figure to her and finds her cute. The reason Mitsuri is likely so fond of her is due to her own experience with being different and being outcast by those who don't understand her. Mitsuri sees the goodness in Nezuko's heart, Even though she's a demon, and since Mitsuri came from a big family with 5 siblings, she's able to identify with the unbreakable brother-sister bond that Tanjiro and Nezuko share. In her training as a slayer, Mitsuri's mentor was Rengoku, which at least partially explains why she's so skilled in combat. In fact, Mitsuri's love-breathing technique is a derivative of Rengoku's signature fire breathing. The fact Mitsuri was able to make this style her own is especially impressive, because she couldn't have been training with a sword for much longer than a year before being named a Hashira. As a Hashira, Mitsuri can live as the most authentic version of herself. And she receives more love because of that than she ever did when she first dyed her hair black to impress a suitor. Mitsuri struggled in her early life to find love and feel loved as a regular person simply because she was anything but regular. Mitsuri was never meant to fit in, and it wasn't until she accepted her uniqueness as a gift instead of a curse that she was able to love herself in the way that she truly deserved.